Okay, welcome back. Now we are in the next video, CSS padding. And if you remember, we were talking about CSS margin in the previous videos, and I said that the margin is the distance between the text and the element in which the text is contained. So padding defines the space between the element's border and its content. Okay, CSS padding is specified just like margins. Okay, they can be set individually for each side or for all sides at once. Okay, so margins and borders and paddings, these are the three different things. They're similar, but they're different. Border is like, this is the border. Okay, margin is this space. Okay, padding is going to be the space here, the space between the margin and the text itself. Okay, setting padding on all sides. The example, okay, let's use this example here. For example, what you can do is p style paragraph style is equal to border 1 pixel, solid orange, padding 20 pixels, this text has padding of 20 pixels. Okay, on all four sides. Okay, if you remember, I was trying to explain the margin, and I showed you that if you want to define these gaps here, there are many ways to do it. You could do it just defining by 20 pixels, then their 20 pixel value will be applied to all four sides. Okay, and same goes for padding. Okay, let me just save this, and I'm going to save it as padding.html because this is a different file, and I'm going to run this file. Where is padding? There you go. Okay, so this text has a padding of 20 pixels on all four sides. Okay, and the border of this padding spans across the page. You must have noticed everything, the margin, except for the margin. Even the border was spanning across the page. The padding is similar. Okay, and the next thing that you could do is you could set padding for each side. Okay, how do you set padding on each side? I think bold caps is much better than the no caps because it helps set out what I'm trying to explain. So you could say padding top, padding right, easy, very easy, padding bottom. So it's like a similar pattern followed by border, margin, now padding. Okay, padding left. Okay, and if you wanted to use an example here, you could do it like this. Just begin with the paragraph element. Paragraph style is equal to border 1 pixel, solid orange, semicolon, padding left 60 pixels. Okay, and inverted commas closed. Okay, this text has a left padding of 60 pixels. Okay, period, and let's close the paragraph tag. We'll find out if we made a mistake or not. Hopefully not. Fingers crossed. Save, and you're going to look at a padding of 60 pixels on the left side here. Okay, so set padding on each side, padding top, padding right, padding bottom, padding left. We did a left padding of 60 pixels right here. Okay, and if you want to look at the shorthand property, it's no big deal at all. Again, there is another way of defining the cell padding, the padding around the text. Shorthand property. Okay, this is how you do it. You just along the similar lines to the margin and the border, shorthand property, which is the padding property. So you have the padding top, padding right, padding bottom, padding left. Let's try to apply them. Okay, let's do with the division tag like we did before. Why do you want to do a division tag? Because you want to define, okay, the distance between the padding, cell padding, and the element that is a division or the section of the HTML page within which this text with padding around it is contained. Let me show you what it means. Okay, say P paragraph with padding. Okay, and close the paragraph tag. Okay, and then say open the division tag, div style is equal to border double colon 1 pixel, solid orange width double colon 100 pixels. Now this is going to be fun. Okay, and padding, yes, padding double colon 50 pixels. Okay, 10 pixels and 10 pixels again. The same rule for the margin applies to the padding. Okay, 10 is going to be for left right borders, 50 for the top, 10 for the bottom. Okay, and okay, we have one more coming, 10 pixels. So we have semicolon, inverted commas closed, bracket closed. Okay, let me make sure division style is equal to inverted commas open, border 1 pixel, solid orange, and then semicolon width 100 pixel, padding 50 pixels, and semicolon. Yes, semicolon at the right places. Check this out. I'm going to add a space here. This is one property. Okay, border, and then you have another property, width, with these values. The value for the border was width, style, color. Value for the width is pixels. Value for the padding is pixels. Okay, after each property is semicolon. Make sense? Perfect. Let's move on, and we have padded div. Okay, just say padded div. Okay, and then close the division tag. Okay, let me try to run this first before I write anything more. There you go. Shorthand property, we're going to do 2 examples with padding. This is the padded div. Why? Because the code, as you can see, the applying padding to an element can affect the size of that element. In the example above, both. Okay, the div element contains similar sized content. Okay, but the padding on the first division tag pushes the text down in the box, okay, which expands the height of the division. You need to understand that by adding padding, you're also expanding the section, the division section, okay. So the 50 pixels is at the bottom, at the top, 10 on the side, 10 on this side, and 10 at the bottom, okay. And if you want to continue with another example without padding, you want to show a section without padding, this is how it's going to look like, okay. Just say P without padding, okay, P paragraph close without padding, and then you go on and define the division tag div style is equal to border 1 pixel, solid orange, width 100 pixels. Bracket closed, and then say non-padded div, okay, and then add div. All right, so you have not applied any padding here. File save. There you go. Without padding, you can see that there is no padding applied to the division tag. No pushing or no expanding going on here. Okay. So if you want to add variations, just like you added to the margin, what you could do is, as with the margin, you don't need to provide different values for all 4 sides. Okay, you can provide 1, 2, 3, or 4 values, and here is how it works. What you need to do is, if there is only one value, it applies to all sides. I'm repeating this again. We did the same thing in margin. If there are 2 values, the top and bottom paddings are set to the first value, and the right and left paddings are set to the second. Okay, for example, if you have a padding of 10 pixels, okay, and 20 pixels, if you have something like this, what happens is the first value is applied to the top and the bottom, and the second value is applied to the left and the right. Okay, and if there are 3 values, the top is set to the first value, the left and right are set to the second value, and the bottom is set to the third value. Okay, so if you have 10, 20, 30 pixels, 10 pixels is the top, 20 is left and right, 30 is bottom. If there are 4 values, then they apply to top, right, bottom, and left respectively. If you have 40 pixels, then top is 10 pixels, okay, right is 20 pixels, and let me just make this clear for you. I'm explaining right now. I am not writing code, okay, and this is kind of repeating because the same pattern follows with the margin code. And right left is 30 pixels and bottom is 40 pixels. So this is basically how you the values are allocated to these different sides. Okay, with this I'm going to wrap up the padding section, the CSS padding. Okay, and now up next is CSS lists. Okay, this is very important. Lists are very important. So but now I'm done with the border, margin and padding. I'm going to move on to the CSS list. Please revise whatever we have done so far with the help of a rough page, a rough HTML document. You just need to write the doc type, HTML, a head tag, title tag, head tag, body tag, and then close this body and the HTML tag to get you started. That's all you need, and you have this entire canvas to play with. So try to create content. Just copy content from somewhere. If you cannot come up with some content, copy it from somewhere and then try to apply styles to it. Okay, try to apply color to it and try to apply borders, margins, paddings in different sections. So unless and until you practice and apply what you learned with me, it won't stay with you. Okay, so try to practice on your own and email me at zubia@qualityforlife.ae, or you could message me under this video. I'm always ready for you. Alright, take care and see you in the next video. Bye bye.